Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Sunday, June 28th, 2020 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is I honor the flow of my feelings. And just about an hour and a half before recording this, we had Mars move into Aries. And I do think this is probably one of our defining transits of 2020 in a year of defining transits. We will have Mars in the sign of Aries all the way into 2021. We will have a Mars retrograde in the sign of Aries beginning in September. We only have Mars retrogrades every 2 years. So get both a Venus retrograde this year, which we just completed, and now Mars retrograde. Mars in Aries is, get ready for some fireworks. Mars actually rules the sign of Aries. So Mars, Aries, God of War energy, tuning into our warrior. It's fiery, it's impulsive, it's a cardinal sign, so it's like ready to jump into action. I want to show you, I think this is important, the card, one of the cards that I pulled for this scope, the maturity card. I think this is one of our really important lessons with Mars and Aries, to be very clear about what our actional motivation is. Aries energy can be very impulsive, fiery, aggressive, frustrated, angry, passionate, desiring of its way or the highway. And we will all be feeling this. So in a world that is already butting heads because you have this view and you have this view and this view is not the same with this view, and if you have this view then you're obviously wrong, or if you have this view you're obviously wrong, we're already butting heads. This energy is just going to exaggerate the potential of the my way or the highwayness, or the anger, the frustration that comes along with it. So this energy is something we want to be very aware of, and that we do want to work on managing in ourselves. So again, awareness of rising tides of frustration, aggression, passion. Passion is part of it. It's like, I am passionate about this viewpoint. I am passionate about this way. I am passionate about these actions. And sometimes when we're so passionate about something, we think everybody should, jump on our same surfboard. So again, awareness of this, maturity around this energy is going to be very helpful. Tuning in with yourself regularly. What is my motivation? What energy is guiding me into action? What I love is that we had Venus go direct before Mars went into Aries, because we do all need, as part of this maturity, as part of this holiness, is to have that yin intuition helping to guide us. So, little astrology lesson to go along. For Aries energy, the fourth house, which is the house of feelings, that is Cancer. So Aries, while it is this fiery energy, it has very moody, Cancerish feelings that go hand in hand. So Cancer is like the tides, it's the moon. It can change rather rapidly, and Aries energy tunes into that, being that it's fourth house. So for all of us, again, if you're feeling very strongly about something, this is a call to, again, drop in and tend to the feels, because that's going to support you in finding your alignment, finding your maturity in and through this. I actually pulled a card for this. I'm loving these Chakra Wisdom Tarot cards. And I pulled the Two of Wands. And any two card is like, well, you could go this way or you could go that way. But one of the things they say in this book is there's an unspoken agreement with the universe that we will use our energy wisely. Holding the energy of possibility and vision is only possible through emotional maturity. It is going to take us being very aware of what's going on that emotional level before we taking action. Again, tuning into that yin energy, nurturing ourselves, that will help us use our energy wisely, choosing the right path of creation. I don't mean right or wrong, but like your highest outcome path, basically, is what I mean, more so than right or wrong path. So, Mars in Aries, be aware of tempers peaking. Be aware of, again, headbutting. Think of, two rams in mating season. My way, I'm going to get what I want. My way, I'm going to get what I want. We will all have those rams working out in us. Usually we're dealing with monkeys. We have moved into Ramville. So, intensity. I'm not into making predictions of what can happen with this, and I do believe there's always a possibility for the highest and best. And so again, it is through all of us being very aware of these energies in us, this Aries energy, and using it responsibly. Now, I like I said in my write-up yesterday, it's always interesting to look at the last connection that a planet makes and the first connection a planet makes. So the last connection it made was with the moon in Virgo. Focus, 29 degrees, focus on healing. Allow your actions to come from this healing place. The first connection that Mars in Aries will be making is with Saturn in Aquarius. Can we align our actions with our purpose? Can we align our actions with the highest good of all on the planet? There is a place where we can reach where everybody is served and everybody's actions do positively affect everybody else. We are not there yet, clearly, but that's part of the process that we're working on. That's part of this transformation energy. 0 degree Saturn. Transformation on purpose. Transformation into purpose. Transformation of these actionable energies to serve that highest good. So as we start moving this process, Mars into Aries, be aware of it. Now, another interesting thing. So Mars at Aries, 0 degrees. Anytime a planet's at 0, it can feel kind of wonky. We may feel a little bit out of it. So there's that. I was going to say something else. Oh, that's what I was going to say. Right now, we may be feeling wonky. We may be feeling a little out of it. And yet, I do think Mars in Aries is going to, excuse me, somewhat, interesting timing, somewhat kickstart this desire for action again on this planet. Now, it's also corresponding with our second meeting of Pluto and Jupiter. Now, I will remind you, as I've said many times, Pluto and Jupiter met at the beginning of April, and that's when we had a lot of quarantine stuff happening. And now we're in this place where, again, we're still kind of working with these energies. What's the right thing to do? Again, the calling for you is going to be, how are you being called to move from that mature place, from that place of tuning in to your feelings, from that mature place of tuning in to your intuition as well. What is that higher guidance? So really honoring that to move you forward. Now, the next thing I want to look at with all of this is actually we have this happening where all of the cardinal signs are activated. So we have Cancer energy strong right now between the Sun in Cancer and Mercury retrograde in Cancer. The Moon is moving into Libra today. So Moon in Libra is like, oh my gosh, steady as she goes, trying to find the balance, trying to find that harmony within. Capricorn is obviously super activated with Pluto, Jupiter, and Pallas all coming into conjunction together. Again, the power, control issues, Jupiter ready to expand whatever part of the Pluto lessons we want to bring forward. Pluto being the lightest light, the darkest dark, the potential for empowerment, but also the potential for dropping into some of our shadows around victim energy. And then Aries, Mars now in Aries and Chiron in Aries. So even though it's not exact, these cardinal signs being up, there's like a grand cross energy or grand square energy. And anytime we have a cross or a square, there is a crossroads. Again, I will say the Two of Wands what path are you being called to choose? Now, it's interesting because cardinal signs are the leaders. They are the jumping off signs of the zodiac. So do realize, like, again, that's part of this responsibility is like, be true to yourself. Allow that soul energy to be the leader. Allow your purpose energy to be that leader. And part of that lesson of that Pluto-Jupiter energy, and even that Palace included, patriarchal energy, take back your authority. What is true for you? Do I want to say this? I think I do. I've had several conversations with many people I respect over the last few days, just popping up, because there's so many strongly feeling sides about what is happening on the planet at this point. And I really feel like the balance is somewhere in the middle of these signs. And each side, some of the energies that they're holding are very important. I don't know what the right word is, but like poles, gateposts, something, structurally important to hold that space. So even if you feel that person over there and you're like, I don't agree with you, you're so wrong, maybe the position that they're holding for one reason or another is important. I'm not speaking about this in regards to everything, and I don't want to get into all the different things because there's so many areas where this is right now. But just realize that there is importance, and Moon in Libra, it's like, come on, can we find the balance in this? And more importantly, can you tune in to what's true for you in your heart? We have to keep dropping into our heart. It will be through the heart path that we move through. The eye of this needle, like I've said. So let's talk about these other things going on today. Like I said, building into our Pluto-Jupiter conjunction. That's going to be happening late in the evening on Monday. What do we have going on today? So much. Moon square the sun. Sun in Cancer, Moon in Libra. Libra has to realize that sometimes you gotta fall down. Libra has to realize that you can try to, plaster the smile on your face, and yet the feeling waves, they are gonna come in. So allow yourself to be off balance. Allow yourself to get unsteady in these emotional energies. It's part of the process that we do need to go through as part of our rebirth, as part of our maturity. It is through feeling these things that we are humbled and we can step into empathy, which is so important at this time. So Sun square the Moon. Like I said, Mars connecting to Saturn as its first connection, 0 degrees. Transformation energy really working to support us, empower us through this. The world needs to change. It's not a question right now. This is necessary. How are you being called to be that change? How are you being called to take action in regards to that change? Moon in Libra, squaring Mercury. Again, it doesn't feel so good. This out of balance, the feelings, this stuff that's coming up. Mercury in Cancer, it may be old stuff. It may be ancestral stuff. It may be stuff around your family. If it's coming up, it's necessary. Allow it to come up to be processed. Mercury is at 11 degrees today, so it is that healing degree, and I love it. Mercury's actually spending some time with Palace energy, Palace in Cancer, and Palace, I'm sorry, I said Palace, I didn't mean that, Vesta energy, Vesta in Cancer, and that Vesta energy, it's like the fountain of light within you. Keep tapping into that to help restore yourself through these feels coming up and moving through. Also interesting and of note, Mercury, perihelion, it is very close to the Earth. In the place in its orbit is very close to the Earth right now. The mind may try to understand this. It may overthink, but do keep dropping into your feelings because that's where that healing energy is going to lie. Oh, speaking of mind card in reverse. The whole set of these cards is very interesting. I even have like the understanding with the mind card. If you get too deep into the mind, you're not going to really get to that place of understanding. The understanding does come through the feeling of it. That is that maturity process, the acceptance of like, I have these feels, it's okay, it won't last forever. I always love Rumi's guest house. So utilize the guest house as part of this process of getting past, I don't understand what's going on, oh my God, what are these waves? The maturity, that is that transformation process. I also have the slowing down card. Slow down, be present, get grounded. Stop, stop, drop, and meditate. Stop, drop, and feel before you dive into the actions right now. And I'm not saying there's always times where we have to like be on our toes, take that action, but the impulsive energy may be very spiky. So really do like listen to that higher self. That's the best lesson for all of us for the next 6 months of Mars hanging out in Aries. Before taking that impulsive action, do listen to your higher self. Do listen to your intuition, because that's the way we fight. Follow that higher path through all of this. And I think everybody in the world will appreciate everybody who chooses to take that path. So, that is it for today. You can book a reading with me. Email me, mimiclark@gmail.com. Besides that, the better it gets, the better it gets. There's more than enough love in the world for you. You have the power, and stay curious. Namaste.